Guys, Mac Junky here. Got my hands on the Galaxy Z Flip. Been having a lot of fun with it. And this phone has been out for quite a while now. It came out early 2020 and we're almost heading into 2021. So is this phone ready for 2021? Now obviously the phone folds in half and there's a bunch of durability problems that people have, or durability questions that people have had about this sort of design. But of all the folding phones that are out right now, this is one of the more durable ones. Of course, I haven't had mine for the entire release date lifespan, but there are videos of people who've had these things since launch day, and they don't have any issues with them. This is the first one. This isn't the 5G version that just came out. This is the first Z Flip, and the differences between this Z Flip and the new Z Flip are basically nothing. On the outside, it's just a spec bump to a 865 Snapdragon and a 5G modem. So the old Z Flip, that's weird calling it old. It's already been out for about 8 months. It came out early 2020. So this phone has been out for a bit, and it defied a lot of people, and it's actually done really well durability wise. Of course, I haven't had this phone, the entire 8 months it's been out, but I wanted to wait a while and see, how this thing was, how it performed after people have had it for a while. And since people haven't had very many issues with it, obviously you can't dunk it in water or anything, but people have had no problems really with the screen breaking or anything like that. Just to go over the specs real quick, because this phone is slightly old, it doesn't mean it's less powerful or anything like that. On the front, you're talking about a 7.6-inch display. This is actually a dynamic AMOLED. And it's really nice. I mean, it's not 4K, it's not 120 hertz. It's a 60 hertz panel, which a lot of people had problems with, and I personally don't care too much. I'm filming this on a OnePlus 8, so I mean the 90 hertz is noticeable, but it's not too much of a big deal for me. I'm okay with switching back to 60, but every time I pick up and use the OnePlus 8, I'm like, dang, that 90 hertz looks good. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, this phone freaking folds in half, so take that, OnePlus. I'm just joking. Anyways, the other stuff it has, I mean, it's really not anything to be laughed at. It's still got 8 gigs of RAM. This one has 256 gigs of storage. My OnePlus has 128. Either way, you're getting quite a bit. There's no expandable memory or anything, but this has the Snapdragon 855 Plus, and if you compare this phone to another phone that has the 865, you have them side by side, you're opening apps, there is barely any difference. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to, this phone. This is my old LG G7. I'm going to switch over to this phone, and the phone I'm filming on has an 865. The OnePlus 8. And we're going to open some apps side by side and see how the speeds are, because the real difference when it comes to the 855 and the 865 is gaming performance. And I don't game on my phone very much at all. So the main difference, or mostly what people are doing on their phones, is opening YouTube and, opening Snapchat, opening Facebook, opening whatever. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that camera, and we're going to do a little app opening test real quick, just so I can show you how fast this phone is. Alright guys, so we're filming on the G7 right now, so I can have the OnePlus down here. And everything that's on the OnePlus is on the Z Flip. I switched to wallpaper real fast just to have extra consistency, but I switched every single file from this phone over to this phone. I have all the same setup, same icon pack, same launcher. I'm using Nova Launcher, same widgets, same everything. Now, a lot of times when you see speed tests and stuff between phones, they're fresh out of the box, there's nothing installed on them, and that's cool, but most of the time when you're using your phone, you're going to accumulate a whole bunch of photos, videos, and apps, and all this other stuff that's going to slightly slow down your phone. And every single file that's on the OnePlus is also on the Samsung. I just want to show you that all the apps are cleared out here. And I'm just going to do, not like a whole bunch of speed tests or anything, but like if you open basic apps that you use every day, web-based apps, like if we open the Play Store, look, that time even it came out on top there for the Samsung, just barely, but we're talking like fractions of a second here. What about YouTube? There's a little bit of hang. Still slightly faster on the S20, or the S20, the Z Flip. Let's do Spotify. Okay, Spotify a little bit faster. You can see how they're still trading blows. And, in apps that are more optimized, better optimized, like I'm assuming apps like YouTube might be slightly better optimized for Samsung devices compared to OnePlus devices. due to the popularity of Samsung devices. That could be why it opens up the app even faster, even though the OnePlus has the 865 compared to the 855 Plus. We opened Soundcloud, another web-based app. That was basically a tie. I couldn't even tell which one won that one. But when it comes down to it, I mean, yeah, like right now, I can feel that the scrolling on the OnePlus is a lot smoother, right? If I go into YouTube, not a lot smoother scrolling. And that's nice. But when it comes to it, when it's coming down to speed, unless you're opening a game and playing a game, it's not really going to matter. What's a game that's on both of these phones? Do I have Alto? Do I have Alto's Adventure? Okay, Alto. Let's open this, right? Alto, boom. Let's see here. I haven't opened these games. You can see how the OnePlus was slightly faster there due to its 865, but how often are you really playing, video games on your phone? For me, it's basically never. I can leave on these. Hold on. There we go. And you saw how the OnePlus came out on top by like a half second. And that's why it really didn't matter to me too much to getting a technical downgrade. And especially when you have 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm pretty sure, I'm just going to go off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure there's 8 gigabytes on both of these. OnePlus and Samsung both have 8 gigabytes of RAM. But when it comes down to it, when you're talking about speed, if you're wondering if this Z Flip is going to be slower or anything, I think it's pretty future-proof. When you're talking about web-based apps that you're using every single day, you're not going to notice a difference unless you put the phone side by side like we just did. So unless you're doing that, it really doesn't matter unless you're playing games. All right, we're back on the OnePlus 8 filming, and I just wanted to go over a few more little things here. The price, because this phone, when it came out, when the Z Flip came out, it started at around $1,380, and right now you can get them. If we go to Amazon, let's go to Amazon, look up the Z Flip, the Galaxy Z Flip. There's the new 5G version, and that's still going to be going for that crazy price. But you start looking here. Look at that, $669, $729, $724, $877. Now, for ones like this, maybe this might be okay. Yeah, that's Amazon renewed. Probably not there. But if you go to Samsung's official, is it Samsung? Yeah, this is the Samsung official. So $877. That's still a lot, but for what you're getting, it's pretty cool. Especially if you want to have that cool, wow factor of the folding screen and everything. Now, talking about the screens, a lot of folding phones have a little front screen here. Now, this little display isn't exactly the best. When you're talking about, there aren't very many folding phones out, obviously, but like phones like the Moto Razr have a much bigger front screen that you can use while the phone's closed. And this, I really only use it for playing and pausing music and seeing what apps I have notifications for. I don't even bother trying to read my notifications on this little screen because, as you saw there, it times out. When you have a notification, it'll time out in the middle of you trying to read it. So if I see a notification, it'll show a little icon, for what notification you have, and I'll just open the phone and do it that way. So that way I don't have to mess around with that little tiny screen. It is nice for playing and pausing music. And on the front screen, what it shows here, if it'll focus there, if we can get the phone, there we go. It'll show you the date, your battery, the time, and if you tap it, it'll show you your signal strength to your Wi-Fi and your carrier. So that's pretty useful. And same deal, when you have a notification, if you tap it, it'll show the body text, but usually you don't have enough time to read it all unless it's a one sentence text message. When it comes to the cameras, these are actually the same cameras on the S10. It's a let me double check here. I got the specs. I got the specs on the side here. For the main camera, it's 12 megapixel, 1.8 aperture, and this is the regular wide. I don't know which one is which. Probably should have figured that out, but it also has a 12 megapixel ultra wide. You're looking at 4K 60 FPS, not from the wide angle, but from the main. You can do 4K 60, and you can do ultra slow-mo, that 960 FPS crazy stuff. So, I mean, this phone isn't going to be winning any awards for camera, but the cameras are, if you have an S10 or if you've seen a photo from an S10, you can expect the same results here. S10 cameras are in this phone. Now, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. This phone, unfortunately, doesn't come in a beautiful wood variant. This is actually a D brand skin. I like skinning all my phones pretty much, and the mahogany wood has been my favorite for quite a bit. Underneath this skin, it's just mirror black, or I don't know what they call it. It's, you know, it's the black one. And D brand skin just adds, you know, that extra pop to it. And while we're on the topic of cameras, I'm actually going to jump over to this phone real quick and do a quick little video photo sample. It's dark outside, so I can't do any outside. I could go outside and do a night photo, just real quick, but this is just for a rough idea, so I'm going to switch over to this phone. All right, guys, we're on the Z Flip here. This is a, you know, pretty low light situation here. I just got my doggies and in my room here with just that little LED light from my fan. Where's Lola? She's right here. Hey, dog. How did you bury yourself like this? Where are you? There you are. How's it going? Yeah, little dog. I'm already seeing in the viewfinder there's a bit of noise, but this is actually a pretty dark, you know, dim room. And I don't have a sheet on my bed because this little dog right here, who's trying to hide away again, she decided to, you know, throw up on it, but that's all right. Let me go downstairs. Jumping down the stairs. So now we're in the kitchen. This is a lot more brightly lit. You know, some dog treats. I know this isn't the most scientific camera test at all, but let's go ahead and walk outside. And let's go ahead as you can see, it's just about sunset here, so there's lots of noise in the footage. And outside here, somebody's leaf blowing. And you can see the moon up there. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video here and do a quick little night mode photo of this moon in the sky and everything, and we'll see how that goes. We're back from outside doing a quick little camera test. I know that wasn't a very scientific camera test at all, especially because it's dark outside, but bottom line, I don't think people buying this phone are buying it for the cameras. They're buying it for that folding screen there. Anyways, guys, hopefully this answered some of your questions. Hopefully, you know, you like that cinematic intro. Had a lot of fun making that, and you know, if you're considering this phone, I think this phone is going to be easily usable for the next 2 years. No problems, no performance problems, at least. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and drop that like, or, you know, whatever those YouTubers say, and I'll see you guys in the next video.